Thanks for joining us for ARC Salt Lake. We cover authentic, relevant, and community stories.
You know what?
ARC stands for Alan is really cool.
Alan is really cool.
That's what I thought. I knew
my
it.
middle name's R, so I got AR covered.
Okay.
Alan Ralph. Yeah,
Alan Osmond. The Alan Osmond is here with us.
You can only take one of me.
And talk about community, and Utah's so proud of the Osmonds and the bond with the family, so we're thrilled to have you here.
I had no choice in the matter. I just came along.
You just came along, right?
It's like, oh yeah, that's
It's all his fault.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going back to Utah.
Right.
Well, Alan is releasing his book. It's
Yay.
Alan Osmond, One-Way Ticket. Now, what's the one-way ticket mean?
Well, one way is like anything you're trying to accomplish, you begin with the end in mind. What do you want to do to get there? And then you do everything you can, and you stay on course. You have to work hard, and it's tough, but you can do it. And that's the whole meaning of everything we did. My father was an Army sergeant. My mother was inspiring, an educator. And so there was a great combination, and we just we loved music, and so they helped us get to where we wanted to go with a one-way ticket profile and mindset.
It's also a reference to a song. He's written over 200 songs and was leader of the group, all that. But there was an album called The Plan. It was one of their favorite albums, and One-Way Ticket is a track.
A one-way ticket to anywhere.
A song for everything.
I love
Every
music.
day this guy is writing new songs, I swear to you. It's awesome.
Okay, we're seeing some of the pictures that are included in your book,
Okay.
and we just think it's fantastic that you included all these pictures and family. You're all about family.
Absolutely.
And celebrating family and anniversaries, and that's why we're thrilled to have David here as part of our team as well. How did that make you feel when David...
Oh, I watch him every day. We take the shows, and if we're not home, we got him on tape. So.
He does. He watches every
We
day.
haven't. We
So I
haven't
guess
missed
a
one
fresh
of the
living
shows.
fan,
No
huh?
pressure, right? I got to watch my dad jokes. The man's watching.
You can't tell any dad jokes
I can't
when
do
he's
it.
here.
My dad's right here. Do you have any good dad jokes?
Oh no, just bad ones.
Just those are the best.
I like the bad ones.
Okay.
But
He said the other day, he goes, I'm so old, I remember when the Dead Sea was only sick.
That's exactly.
that's pretty good.
The creative guy of the Osmonds, and the leader of the
my
group.
gosh.
So this book, seriously, like he has been working on not just 20 years, his whole life.
Sure.
And we're so proud of him. I'm one of 8 boys. I'm right in the middle, and so all of us kids were able to...
I'm so sorry, Suzanne.
My mom's over here. Yeah, that's always the follow-up. As soon as I say 8 boys, oh, your poor mom.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. My mom, by the way, earned 8 Eagle Scout Awards all by
I bet she
herself.
did.
I bet she did.
I bet she
Are
did.
you one of them?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what does the book, I mean, obviously your life, but what are we going to get by reading this book?
When I was 8 years old, we loved music, and we started singing together as the Osmond brothers. My father said, Alan, you're the oldest, you're the boss. And boys, when he puts his finger up like that, that means one talks. That's Alan. Even if he's wrong, it's listen to him. So with that premise, we went forward and we worked fast and hard. We made opportunities happen. That's the one-way ticket approach. If you want to make something happen, if there's no opportunities, you have to create them. That's why we built studios in Utah. That's why we were on an ice skating show with Pip. We didn't know how to ice skate. So when Andy Williams said, you ice skate, don't you? And I said, before I could say that, Father said, we'll be ready. So
Drill sergeant. Remember.
it's a mindset, and you accomplish it. And we wanted to get out of the Andy Williams thing, so we left Andy. We wanted to get in the rock and roll. So we had to learn how to record the instruments. So we started learning guitar. And that just evolved and evolved. We weren't on teen magazines. I said, how come? Because we're teenagers now. And so I even took pictures and we sent them to the teen magazines. Finally, they started coming to us. You have to create the opportunity. You'll see what we did. And if you apply the one-way ticket mindset, you'll see why we did it.
What's cool about, I think, as kind of the son, of course, I'm his biggest fan.
Yes.
But the only one to not share his story as the Osmond, and he's being the leader, he remembers so much of the cool moments with celebrities and
We
opportunities.
worked with everybody.
Yeah,
you did.
but not just that, it was the message of it. And I think that's what he's talking about is one-way ticket is kind of that self-help, motivational, you can do it. So
Yes.
as you read it, it's a cool history, but hopefully an inspiration for your
Well,
own
and
life.
also your diagnosis with multiple sclerosis.
Oh, there's another one.
That's another one. You can do it.
Oh, and we live
you
by
are.
mottos, so I created this TUFF, tough, life's tough. So you have to target what it was. It was my right hand. I couldn't play the trumpet as fast. My foot was dropping. So I targeted what my problem was. I understood everything I could about it, read and studied. Focus. Don't shotgun. If you got to focus, rifle in on what the problem is and make it work. Make your foot pick up, make your hand go. And then F is fight. If you don't fight for what you want, you won't get it. I remember I couldn't raise my right hand in the end of our songs, our thing. So what did the brothers do, Marie? We changed it to the left hand. We worked together, and they said, we're not going on without you, Alan. Boy, and they hung in with me, and I hung in with them.
You're the boss.
And I may be the boss, but we don't care who's out front as long as it's an Osmond. And then with that mentality, that's how we got going.
The Jackson 5 came along about the same time, too.
Great friends, yes.
Yeah.
Except they had 5 black limousines, but we rode in one big honking bus.
Put all the others in one. Yeah.
Like the French family.
We're making the same money they are.
5 limos.
Father, why can't we have our limos? Oh, you'll thank me someday. We did. We're thankful.
They didn't have bedrooms, by the way. As a drill sergeant, they had barracks.
We had
and
barracks.
inspection. Eight boys, one girl.
Big families do.
Army cots, and my father made me get up and play the bugle.
Oh, boy.
Every morning.
Okay.
There's some fun stories in this book.
Oh my gosh, you always have fun stories. And that's the thing too, is you were working hard, you set your goal, you had your one-way ticket, and you had fun.
Well, they told us you'd never make it. You're too clean cut. We said, we're not changing who we are. Show business was our living. It wasn't our life. And eventually, we didn't like the lifestyle, so we said, we want to go live in Utah. Well, we can't. Why? There's no studios there. Well, that's
build one.
So we built our own. We created the opportunity,
dreams.
and we became brand new equipment. We had better ratings than ABC, NBC, and CBS because we had all new equipment.
Better than CBS?
It was awesome.
I don't believe it.
Well, you know, at the time.
At the time. Okay, and you do have some of the book focusing on MS and your battle. And
Yes,
David,
very
you
much.
diagnosed with MS as well.
Yeah, we don't just share the love of music, we also share the same diagnosis.
I was embarrassed when I had MS, so I called Annette Funicello, and she told me, just come out with it. So I did.
Just talk about it and
having
let
a
other
dad
people aware.
with this kind of an example, for me, is what a gift as a kid to see his tenacity. He came up with a tagline since I was a kid. When my mom and he first came to us kids and said, Dad has MS.
Right.
And he said, but MS does not have me.
Exactly.
And that catchphrase, he's lived that way ever since. I've never heard him complain.
That's the F part of the fight.
Of
You
his
got to
life.
stand up and go for it. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. One-way ticket to anywhere. There's no place you can't go.
Still got the
got
voice.
it,
He
yeah.
was-
Hang on, baby. Don't let go.
He takes his cane and rocks out with it all
Oh
the
my
time.
gosh.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, do you guys get around and sing still? Just
Oh yeah, all the time. But we took our music with us day and night. We lived it. We breathed it. We were told we'd never make it in show business, but we found out that even Paul McCartney said, I like the Osmonds. And then Elvis Presley came to see our show in Vegas, and and they said, the boss is upstairs. What does that mean? Elvis is watching from the light booth. Well, he came down after, and the guy that made our jumpsuits made his.
Oh
he
my
said,
gosh.
hey man, I love the jumpsuits.
it's a good impersonation.
That's pretty good.
But he invited us to his home for a private barbecue. He died the week before.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, really?
But he said if I could do it all over again, I'd do just like the Osmonds. I'd sign every autograph for every fan out there.
Just like
we
you
would
guys
have
do.
the fans line up down and come down through the kitchen, past our dressing room, so we could sign every one of them. And so that's what
there's
we
a
did.
lot of fans.
Oh, my
when
gosh.
they first landed in Heathrow Airport years ago, they flew in on their jet. First time, and I think it was Scotland Yard, like, don't come. There were 10,000 or more girls that broke through security, shut down Heathrow Airport.
Absolutely.
It was, I mean, there's video
Like when the
of this.
And
Beatles
then they
came
went
here.
up on
Yeah.
Because it's unbelievable.
They went up on top there where they could watch us come in. Well, we came in on our jet and everything been out in front, and we're just waving at them. They're jumping so high, the balcony broke.
Oh no.
And
crazy.
gosh.
many of them went to the hospital. I went to the hospital after that night and gave them prayers and all kinds of stuff. But you know, it happens. But anyway,
Crowds love you. And there's something here. It says that you have a story about Led Zeppelin.
oh yeah,
What the heck?
Well, we were the loudest rock band in the '70s, and it's not because we turned our amps up so loudly. Our audience all screamed. So in order to have a sound system to get over the top of it, Led Zeppelin was the only one.
Their amp goes to 11.
We worked out a deal with them after they finished their concert. We were booked the next night in the same place with their sound system. And so we went
crazy.
to see it the day before and watched the show. Wow, it was great. And I said, we better get out of here because they're coming back for an encore. And they said, no, the band wants to meet you. I said, oh, they're probably being just nice. And they said, no, they said to bring you back. I said, well, let's go. So we went backstage, and guess what? While they're off stage, they're playing Frisbee with their kids.
Oh, my gosh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
We walk up to them and said, hey, it's the Osmonds. We like you guys. I said, Meryl, write that down. And they said, look, why don't you come up on stage with us? Their manager said, no, not the Osmonds. And they said, yes, the Osmonds.
You ruined their reputation.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So here we go. Their Zeppelin's coming back, and guess who comes first? The Osmonds upstage. That really confused
crazy.
the audience. But we stood to the right side of them as they played Stairway to Heaven. It was awesome.
my
We have
gosh.
great friends
Wow.
with them. They're marvelous. There's nothing you can't do in this world if you put your mind to it. Set the pattern, set the way you want to go.
Yeah.
Don't vary. Focus and do what you want to do. You can accomplish anything if you put your
Why
mind
you're
to
the
it.
way you are.
Yeah. I told you, I stand on the shoulders of giants. That message is throughout this entire book, and so many cool,
gather
fun
that, yeah.
stories. And
Hey, we're gonna,
Okay, so how do we get the book?
go to AlanOsmondBook.com,
Okay.
and we're going to have a signing here at Tribe House in Pleasant Grove at between 4 and 8 p.m. on the 28th of September.
Scan this QR code. It has all the information. My dad's going to be there on Saturday down in Pleasant Grove at the Tribe House. There's an address on there. You
Have
can
you
check
scanned
it
the QR code?
Come
out?
on
Oh,
by.
yeah.
You can check it out.
Yeah.
Meet the man. Grab a book. We're going to have a party.
Okay, we're going to come back and talk a little bit later here in the
Great.
show. So
Yeah.
Well, we'll have
you
fun.
Stick around. And if you have any questions, let us know.
You're not going to beatbox this time, are you?
No, I hope
only
not.
if you want me to.
We,
Donnie,
oh, he thinks we're going to.
Donnie did not like my beatboxing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm glad I was
Listen,
on.
I think there's still
Oh,
a chance.
boy.
Well, thank you, Utah. We love you all for helping us get to where we happen.
Well,
Gosh.
Utah loves you.
That's for
Well,
sure.